The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has said it will convene a meeting with leaders of political parties next week over the spate of violence heralding campaigns for the 2023 general elections. The INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, raised the alarm on Tuesday in Abuja at the training of master trainers on election technology for the 2023 general elections. According to him, the clashes between opposing parties and their supporters during the ongoing campaigns across the country are worrisome. Yakubu's alarm is coming barely 3 weeks after the signing of the peace accords by political parties and their presidential candidates championed by the National Peace Committee, NPC. Still on politics, and in Lagos State, Governor Wike of Rivers State at the 2022 Annual Conference of Committees of Wives of Lagos State Officials endorsed the second-time bid of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, a member of the All Progressives Congress, as opposed to Dr. Olajide Adedira, the candidate of his party, popularly called Jando. Here are some excerpts from the event in Lagos.
You know, as a retiring politician, I'm being very careful. I came, like I said, if Sanwo-Olu is not doing well, even if he belongs to my party, I won't come. So, for me, if you're in my party and you're not doing well, you won't see me. If you're not in my party and you're doing well, you will see me. And that is what I stand for. And I will not regret to say that I'm in support of you. I don't want to talk Jarawan. But I want to thank you and your wife and all other wives of political office holders of Lagos State for making me to come today to see what you have done in Lagos State.
Well, that's Wike in Lagos, but some observers have described the move by the Rivers State governor as anti-party posturing. Will the governor be sanctioned by the leadership of his party? Recall that there is already existing tension between the party and Wike's bloc, who are calling for the removal of the resignation of the party's current national chairman, Senator Yochie Ayu, and Wike's unholy romance with ranking members of the ruling party reveals that perhaps his grievances are still very much unaddressed. Welcome to Daily Politics on Trust TV. On this program, we discuss issues around politics, policy, and governance. I am Hamza Idris. Tonight on the program, we are joined by Kola Ologbodian. He is a spokesperson of Atiku Okowa Presidential Campaign Council and a member of the PDP's National Executive Committee. He was also the former National Public Secretary of the People's Democratic Party. Together, we'll be discussing the presidential campaigns and other issues in the polity. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Hamza.
We've been looking for you.
It's a pleasure sitting with you this evening.
What's happening?
Well, we are campaigning, our party and our candidate, Atiku Abubakar, as well as the vice presidential candidate, Okowa, and leaders of our party have been moving from geopolitical zone to the other. And I think we started in the northwest state of Kano. We went to the northeast state of Bauchi. We went to the southwest state of Oyo. We went to the southeast state of Enugu. We went to the south state of Akwa Ibom. We were back to the northwest state of Kaduna, and we'll be proceeding from there to the south state of Edo. So for us in the People's Democratic Party and for our candidate,
you have started.
We are already on air, flying from state to state and speaking to Nigerians.
Okay, before we get
Unlike
to
the
that,
other people
we'll get to that.
who have not
Yes.
even put together their campaign council.
Yes, one of our tidbits, you've seen it, the INEC chairman, he was so worried that he's going to convene a meeting of political actors because this both passing, accusation and all that at the onset of the election. What is your take on his plan?
Well, it's very welcoming that Prof has shown interest at this very beginning in what is happening between the parties. And as you know, in the People's Democratic Party, we are not tuned towards violence. Even our presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar, has instructed us that when they go low, we should go high.
Low as in what?
When they begin to insult us, we should
because
go
some
there.
will say, when they go low, maybe meeting the people at the grassroots.
No. They cannot even constitute their campaign organization, talk less of meeting people at the grassroots. They are not campaigning. They don't have what to campaign with. Going low is that when they begin to do things that are at least expected of a congregation of people, we should ignore them and rather go higher and speak to their issues, which Nigerians want to listen to. Look at what happened in Kaduna. In spite of the fact that our party leadership came out 24 hours ahead and said that we are aware that they want to attack us at our campaign. In spite of that warning, in spite of that declaration before Nigerian people, they still came and attacked the campaign. And look at the manner.
But they said it wasn't their members, maybe miscreants.
Let the police will tell us whether after the investigation, whatever they discover, because we have reported to the police. We were in Kano. We were not attacked in Kano. And we never say we were attacked. But going to Kaduna and even telling the world 24 hours ahead that there are plots to attack our campaign. And in spite of that, so it should interest the chairman of INEC because we signed a peace accord. Yeah. Even though the APC presidential candidate did not feature.
No, he was duly represented by his
he didn't feature. It shows the level of his interest in the campaigns. Because if it's something that interested him, no matter what.
He was abroad making some consultations.
Okay, maybe he's going to run an election abroad. We'll be waiting. However, Hamza, what's imperative is that we are campaigning. We are on the street. We are discussing with Nigerians the challenges of our nation and how Atiku Abubakar is going to correct those challenges. I think the concern of Nigerians now is not about who can disrupt rallies. It's not about who can insult others. It is about the issues.
Yeah, we'll get to the issues. But don't you think that what happened in Kaduna should not be pointed at maybe APC or any other party, but at security agencies? Because you informed them. What happened? Is it that you didn't inform them at the right time? Or maybe the miscreants actually took them by surprise?
Well, I wouldn't know what happened until we see the police report. But what I do know, and what is in public space, which every Nigerian is aware of, is that PDP said to the world that we are going to hold our rally at so time, on so date. But we are also aware, we have also heard that they want to attack our rally. And they truly came and attacked it. That's one side. The second side, we said that, look, INEC has said that allow parties, the public utilities, that they might want to use. We were denying the use of the public utility that we applied for.
You were given another one.
We were given another one. You understand?
Why?
Not the one we requested for. No reason.
Maybe to restrict?
No reason has been given. And we can't continue on that part because if you do that to us in an APC state, and when you go to the PDP state, you are also denied. You understand? We won't have a free and fair election. So this matter is very straight. You see, the truth of the matter, Hamza, is that the 2023 election is a referendum on the performance of APC.
Or maybe people will revisit what the PDP did.
No, we never did that. We never did that.
Okay.
See, whether they would like it or not, the 2023 election is a referendum on the performance of APC in office. And Nigerians are ready. They already know Which party brought this suffering? They are aware. Which party brought this insecurity? They are aware. Which party brought so low purchasing power? They are aware. Which party took dollars from 168 and today is 740?
But that is a global thing.
They are aware.
Mr. Kola.
Global. Have you forgotten that there was a time globally when PDP was in government that there was recession? But Nigeria was incubated from that recession. Have you forgotten? Under Okojo Iweala?
Well, not really playing the devil's advocate. I still want to ask you on the INEC chairman. Okay. Now, will you honor the invitation? And if you are given opportunity to talk to him on the way forward, because he can't do it alone. Of course, he has his national commissioners, but he would like to hear from the political parties. What do you advise him?
No. The People's Democratic Party is a very law-abiding political party. And we respect the rule of law in our party. We obey the rule of law, whether it is convenient or not convenient. Once that is what the law says, the PDP will respect it. So we will give the INEC chairman the necessary support that will ensure that he succeeds on this project. Because, like I love to say always, Nigeria today, ahead of 2023 election, is on the lean shoulders of the INEC chairman. And this is a moment for him to make history.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel for him and I subscribe to his decisions. If he finds us responsible, he should hold us accountable. But if he find even the party in government responsible, he should also hold them accountable.
He should not show any
So he should just do the job of a true arbiter. We are put behind us what happened in 2019. This is another chance. So the INEC chairman must live to the demands of the law. He should ignore all those APC governors who are harassing him and saying that, oh, he must forget about...
Yes, that is the question I wanted to ask you, because last week, coalition of political parties, including
the PDP.
The PDP.
Yes.
Some people say it was a false alarm.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
How?
We relied on the intelligence that we gathered. That these were the things that were happening. These were the plan. And don't forget that even before that press conference by the CUPP, we had reports before then about what the APC governments are saying. They were even APC leaders were saying. They were even trying to attract our members by telling them that they are just going to write results.
Who was saying that?
The APC, they know themselves that they were going to write results and that you should come and join their party, so that if it's the House of Rep you are looking for, if it's Senate you are looking for, if it's governor you are looking for, they will give you your own.
But how can that be possible now that,
and that is why some of our
all the lists have been released by INEC?
That's why some of our governors went to their party.
Okay. Ahead
of time. But unfortunately for them now, they have been messed up in those parties in that party that they went to. That's the reality, that's the truth.
But they are celebrating themselves, most of the governors who defected.
Have you seen anybody check the annals of our political history in the last 8 years who left PDP and went to APC and is a happy man today? Name one person.
Maybe we'll invite them. But now beyond the alarm.
Name one of them. Forget what they are doing.
They will come and say it. But beyond the alarm raised by CUPP, what are you planning to do? Have you informed certain institutions to be on the watch?
Yeah. You know, INEC is not alone. INEC also gets support of international communities, particularly those who are interested in the development of the electoral process. All these bodies have been contacted. And you know, President Muhammadu Buhari has consistently said that he will support a credible process. Even though we have been told that he wants to be the chairman of the campaign council of his party. So I don't know how you can be a chairman of the campaign council of your party and at the same time allow for a free, fair, and credible election.
No, that's why I think it's party affairs.
No, if it's a party affair, if you are chairman, if for instance now, Hamza.
Even Obasanjo said he was the leader of PDP when they had various chairmen.
You are a politician. You are
political reporter.
You are a political reporter, a journalist, editor. By the time you cross to this side, and become a politician, you understand, in the future. And you say that, oh, I want to chair somebody's election. You're already partisan.
So you want,
already
him,
interested.
you want him to recuse himself?
What is wrong with him recusing himself? He's a leader. And it should be his interest to want the best for Nigeria. And I know that if you ask President Muhammadu Buhari in his private moment, whether the candidate that they have put forward in his party would have been his best choice,
I think
his opinion would have been different.
I think it is the mindset or the plan of his party to allow maybe the president to head the campaign.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that I agree with you that it's the mindset, it's the will of his political party that he should come and chair their campaign council. But what I'm saying is that for a president who has given himself out to Nigerians and assuring them of a credible process, since he's going, he's not in the election. If I were him, you understand, I would have stood up as a leader, a national leader.
But there has been a precedent, Mr. Kola, because Obasanjo single-handedly led the campaign of El
That's Obasanjo. Obasanjo didn't, maybe then, I can't remember, maybe he didn't come out to declare that he wants to lead a credible process.
Okay, yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But here we have a president who has made a commitment to Nigerians that he will guarantee a credible process. So the first leg of that credibility, remove yourself from the election.
Maybe he will defend himself in the coming days. Now, still on this Bivas, some people are saying, even though it is very credible, but it may end up bringing out so many problems, especially in the hinterlands where no electricity, maybe the battery will collapse and all that. And that is why they are calling for the return of the incidents form. As a party and as a spokesperson of the Atiku Okawa campaign, do you subscribe to that?
Our campaign has not taken a definite decision. So I cannot speak on that one on behalf of the campaign. But I know it as a fact that Bivas is better than incident form.
Okay.
And that is why everybody in Nigeria today, majority of Nigerians today subscribe to Bivas and electronic transfer of results. That's the only way we can have a credible election in 2023.
But what about people that will be disenfranchised, maybe by?
No, I don't think that Bivas disenfranchises people. They have used it before, and even INEC believe that it is better. Do you know the meaning of incident form? Incident form in the election. You can just sit down here and fill the form.
But the PDP used it for many years. It is maybe the APC government that.
But APC, no.
Under the APC government, INEC.
No, Hamza, no.
I'm not playing the devil's advocate.
You remember that PDP introduced the card reader. Have you forgotten? Through Professor Mahmoud Jega.
Yeah.
And have you forgotten that even when President Buhari was elected, he came out and said that if not for technology, he might not have been able to win the election. So PDP began the process of our electoral reform. And in spite of the fact that we lost the election, our candidate declared that the election was not worth the blood of any Nigerian and handed over power.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
So we don't want APC now to declare war on Nigerians because they want to retain power. Because they have failed and Nigerians are not prepared to reinforce failure.
But look at what one of your chieftains, the governor of Rivers State, said in Lagos just yesterday. Yes. He endorsed Sanwo-Olu because of his outstanding performance. Does that amount to anti-party posturing?
Well, I don't know what it will amount to before the party. Okay. I'm not a member of the National Working Committee. It is the responsibility of the National Working Committee to decide his fate, whether what he has done is in conformity with the party's culture, with the party's convention, with the party's constitution or not. And I want to leave it to the party to decide.
He said Sanwo-Olu has done well. They are doing peer review of sorts. And if it means saying that he should win again, he will not go for the candidate of the APC. Is this not a minus for your party? I
have read the reaction of the candidate of our party, Jandor.
Yeah.
And he has told Nigerians that in spite of what happened in Lagos, he will win his election. He is the major person involved in this matter outside the party. And he has come out to make his own declaration. So as far as the campaign is concerned, all these issues are aside.
Yeah.
Because the duty of the campaign, as led by the governor of Sokoto State, Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, who is the Director General of the campaign, is to go and win the election. And the campaign has started work already.
But it appears Lagos is a no-go area for any other political party, being the fact that it has never won PDP, right?
Yeah, it has never been won by the
so
PDP.
What will change the tide?
We have also won some level of offices, like the House of Rep in Lagos State. You understand? And we have also performed creditably well in Lagos State in 10 past. And I believe that we will still do well in the 2023 election.
After 24 years or thereabouts, you think you will break the genes in Lagos? What are you putting on ground?
You see, election is a scenario that doesn't look alike.
Yeah.
The processes that will give you victory in this election can bring failure in the next one.
Yeah.
The same system, the same standards. So when people speak about election, of the election day scenario, it amuses me. You understand?
Yeah.
So let's leave it at that answer.
Yes, but it's very important because it's one of the issues that we invited you as a senior person, the spokesman of the party, now a member of the campaign. What is really happening with, reconciliation with Wike? Because up to now, he insists he's a member of PDP.
Yeah.
But if you look at his utterances and all that, we've been extending overtures to him, but he's adamant.
When you're talking about overtures, that is the duty of the party. It's the duty of the party to extend overtures. And I like your assertion that the party is extending overtures to him. But on the aspect of adamance, that they are extending overtures to him and is adamant, I will not be able to speak to it because it is his own personal burden to speak to that. But the aspect that I like is that the party is making overtures. And I believe that the party will continue to make overtures.
What about the other candidates? You have Makinde of Oyo, you have Governor of Benue State, Autumn. They are also adamant, let me still use the same word in describing them. Are you, as a campaign, trying to reach out to them?
I don't think it's every governor in that group that is adamant.
Okay.
Or that is bent on non-reconciliatory stance. I don't think so. And even Governor Wike, if you recall, did say that he has accepted the candidature of Atiku, he has accepted the candidature of Okowa. But he has also said the aspect where he has issues with. And don't forget that the Board of Trustees was recently mandated to go around those who are concerned, who have disagreements with the party. And they have brought back their report. You understand? So, as far as I am concerned, all these are efforts to reach out. But what's important is that even our neighbors, the All Progressives Congress, who say they have no problem, they can't take off.
They can't take off where?
They can't take off to go and do campaign now. But we that they are saying that has problem.
Yeah.
We have gone to 5 zones out of 6. We have started the second round of movement. You understand? We have launched our rally in Uyo. Everywhere that our candidate has gone to, he is received by massive number of people who believe in his candidature and believe in what the messaging that he's telling them. So let them face their own life and allow us to run.
But don't you think the party, PDP, is really going back and forth? For instance, if I caught Jando in Lagos, he said that I wonder if Wike had attended any event without his usual rant of a droning man. Is Wike really a droning man? Because some people are saying without Wike you would not win. And he too busted, I think, at the weekend during the interview with select media houses, said without him, PDP will fail. Do you think you will fail without Wike?
No, I don't think PDP will fail without anybody. Okay. I believe that everybody will work in the interest of the party and that the party will win. Or to put it better, I believe that majority of Nigerians that our candidate is appealing to, that our candidate is discussing with, that our candidate is engaging with, will vote in his support and he will win 2023 election. Who is not tired of this system of governance? Ask me. Who out there, go on the streets now and ask Nigerians. They will tell you practically that APC has messed our lives up. And it's the truth.
But they keep saying they want to fix the mess you entrenched 16 years ago.
8 years ago, 8 years down the line, 8 years down the line. What are you fixing? When you were coming, you told Nigerians you are going to fight corruption. Today, one individual can steal over 100 billion naira. Then you go and negotiate with him in the court. Have you fixed that corruption? You said that, oh, insurgency that have been fought to the fringes in the northeast, that you are going to put an end to it. Today, you cannot travel from here to Minna, or from here to Kaduna, or from here to Lokoja.
There is an aura of peace.
Have you fixed the insecurity? How many days ago, was it 2 days ago, in Niger State, they attacked a general, a hospital? Are you not aware? You are a newsman, you know it. You understand? You cannot fix that. Yeah. Economy. Life, you know it now. People are crying all over the country.
Yeah.
No food. Even where you find the food, you don't have the purchasing power to buy food. Is it electricity you want to talk about?
You're talking about inflation.
Even the inflation is galloping.
20.77.
Going up to 20.77 or so. You cannot attend to it.
But what will you do differently? I just have to ask this. Because politicians campaign the same slogan since independence.
What we are going to do differently, in line with what Atiku has said. Atiku said that by May 29, when he is sworn in as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, his first approach is to go to the informal sector of our economy, where majority of Nigerians, majority of all our people, all over this country, engage more. So in this formal sector, he said he will launch a $10 billion stimulus.
Where will he get the money?
He will get them. For instance, number one.
Yes, because Nigeria is heavily indebted now.
Number one, he has said that he has seen the areas that are responsible for this indebtedness. Atiku has seen the area where we have leakages. And particularly in the recurrent expenditure of our yearly budget. Every year, government will buy laptop. The one that is used last year, nobody will ask where is it. Every year, government will buy furniture. The one that was used last year, nobody will ask for it. Every year, government will budget for vehicles. The one that was used last year, nobody will ask. So Atiku said, look, first and foremost, on being elected and sworn in on May 29, he wants to bring down the cost of governance. That's in the aspect of recurrent expenditure. To 45%. By so doing, it will block the leakage
Mr. Kola,
of 55%.
It is Atiku who is saying this, but the Orosanye report, for instance, it started during Jonathan.
Yes.
Jonathan could not implement it. PDP government. Now, what assurance will Nigerians
we know get? Atiku. As a reporter, I was privileged to be in the presidential villa, covering the activities of the villa. We know the political will, the strength of the political will of Atiku Abubakar. And we know that when he makes a commitment, he drives it. So we believe that if he says that he will bring down the cost of governance, that some of the agencies of government are doing the same job in many places.
Yeah.
He will bring them together. He will match them together. He will reduce cost of governance. And from there, he will raise funds. Who said, have you forgotten that in 1999, when he came into office with President Olusegun Obasanjo, that they went around the world asking for debt relief? Yeah, even the World Bank recently said that this government has not said anything to them in respect of managing the debt or seeking a relief. So, but we have a candidate who is globally known.
But some said he hasn't been the overall chief executive all his life. It's very unlikely for him. He gets there to actualize all his promises.
It's only political illiterates that speak in that manner. It's only people who have been in governance, but they didn't understand the essence of government, that can speak like that. How can you say a vice president, Atiku Abubakar, to President Olusegun Obasanjo, who was widely traveled in the course of that administration and will leave behind Atiku Abubakar, has not done governance? How can you say a vice president who is constitutionally provided for in the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic as amended, that he is the chairman of the National Economic Council, has not done governance?
You will explain more on this, because there are many questions on the roles he played as vice president, as chairman of the Economic Council, and as somebody who championed the...
They are just a bunch of political illiterates.
Okay, Mr. Kola, thank you very much. We have come to half of the program. We will take a short break. When we return, we'll continue from where we stopped. Please don't go away.
Nigerians, elections are here again. Let us shun violence. Let us play the game according to the rules. Do not be a thug. Say no to violence. Let's rise and defeat violence, crime, and sabotage against the peace of our nation. Nigeria is the only country we have. We must do everything to keep it united. We must avoid any act that promotes hate and disintegration. Say no to separatist movement, terrorism, fake news, hate speech, religious bigotry, and any act that tends to divide us as a nation. Watch out for strange gatherings and suspicious movements. Restrict access to sensitive documents and data, the disclosure of which may damage national security. Educate your staff and family, particularly on measures to safeguard information and report security breaches. Apply relevant legal security guidelines to protect yourself and your neighbors. Due to misinformation and wrong choices, some idle persons resort to vices in their greed to get rich quick. They resort to kidnapping, killings for rituals, and other heinous crimes. Avoid wrong use of the social media. Before you broadcast that false message, think twice. Ask whether it will promote peace or violence. For safety at home, still be security conscious. Educate your household on safety tips. Report all suspicious movements and persons to the security agencies nearest to you. Be a good citizen. Be patriotic. To pass security information, please call 0813-222-2105, 0915-339-1309, 0908-837-3514, or send a mail to dsspr@dss.gov.ng. This message is from the Department of State Services, DSS.
If you are just joining us, this is Daily Politics on Trust TV. Remember, you can follow the conversation on our various social platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and watch us live on YouTube. We are discussing PDP presidential campaign and the issues in the polity. We have Mr. Kola Ologbodiyan. He is the spokesperson of Atiku Okowa Presidential Campaign Council and former spokesman of the leading opposition party. Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Yes, before we went on break, you really wanted to defend Atiku. He did well amidst accusation that he never held a serious executive position at the helm of affairs to now show his pedigree. Despite that, he's been accused of mismanaging the privatization. And part of his campaign this time around is that I will privatize the NNPC. I will privatize government institutions, you know, at a time, even universities, even though it was denied that he said he will not privatize universities. How will you defend this, the failure of the privatization?
Where people talk about failure of privatization and people say, oh, Atiku did this, Atiku did that, there was no way. And because I had the privilege of being in the National Assembly when the National Assembly investigated all these issues, there was no way Atiku acted alone. If you say that Atiku had no power over anything in government, how come in the same breath you say that he's responsible for actions of
So it's double standard.
So it borders on double standard. But having said that, when you blame Atiku for the aspects of privatization that didn't fail, why are you silent on the aspect of privatization that is successful?
Like what?
Like telecommunication was successful. hugely and largely successful. And there are other companies that were privatized that are still alive today. But that's not even the issue. The issue is that in 2019, when Atiku was campaigning to be president, he said, let us privatize the NNPC. They said, oh, he wants to sell NNPC to his friends. What has happened today? APC and the Buhari presidency. NNPC has become a PLC. But yet, has the problem departed from NNPC?
They give December.
Today, we are talking about December. How much are they remitting in the last 2 months? Ask state governors, what are they getting? They are telling us that the whole oil has been stolen, and what they are producing now, from 2,000 or 2,200 BPD, million BPD, today we are having 900,000. And they say they are using that money to pay for the difference in the crude that they are selling.
But it's a systemic problem. It's a systemic problem. Most of the states where we get this oil are PDP states, and the governors have been accused of.
Excuse me, sir.
Part and parcel
it's
of
not
this
the
problem.
duty of PDP to go and solve that problem, because you know why? When PDP was in government, money was being remitted. Was it not being remitted? It was being remitted. What do we have today? No remitted.
But the template is different.
What will he do? We cannot defend what is ill.
Okay.
We should not defend. Well, look at the suffering on the ground today. Look at what Nigerians are passing through. Is this what happens in other parts of the world where they have crude oil? What we are suffering in Nigeria, is that what they suffer? So what we are saying is this. Atiku came in 2019 and said, look, this NNPC has become a problem. You know, Atiku is somebody who believes in private-public partnership. And he has always insisted on that. The essence of government for him is to create an enabling environment for private investments to succeed. So government creates that environment. That's his belief. That's his stake. And he has never run away from it. So,
but Mr. Kola, there is this allegation that, yes, you create enabling environment.
Yes.
Governments in the past, I don't know whether PDP or AP or whatever,
yes,
they created that.
Yes.
He was also a beneficiary. But look at what happened with his Intels and MPA and all that. That as a private person who was given the enabling environment, he was not really remitting the resources.
Go to Port Harcourt.
Okay.
And ask Nigerians, since Intels has been shut down, what is the implication on the lives of the people that he employed? You see, when some decisions are taken without taking into consideration the feelings, the pains, the anguish that it will cause on the people, it becomes an issue. So when people come around as personalized matters, Atiku did this, Atiku did that, let me tell you, and I want it on record here, there is no Nigerian politician, none, that has been investigated like Atiku Abubakar. And nothing has been found on him. At least he has not been convicted on any crime. So when people come around and say Atiku this, Atiku that, I just smile. I just feel that, look, these are just ignoramus.
Then what happened in Kaduna? Was it a slip when he was talking to the northern elders, saying the north needs a northerner? Was it carried out of proportion, or it was
being twisted? That's something that's been twisted by the opponents, by APC and Tinubu people. What was he saying?
Okay, because you tell
Atiku
Nigerians.
Abubakar went to Enugu State and told the Igbos to vote for him. He went to Ibadan in the southwest and told the Yorubas, vote for him. You understand?
Yeah.
He went to Uyo among the southeast people and told them they should vote for him. He went to Bauchi and told them, vote for him. He now went to Kaduna and said, look, I am a pan-Nigerian who has built bridges in other parts of this country, and said, support me. You don't need to support any other person because I'm a part of you. Support me. And people now twisted it that he's saying that they should not vote for Igbo, they should not vote for Yoruba. It's not correct.
There was no voice to that effect where he said they should not vote for.
When you put voice to that effect, have you looked at the question? You know, in journalism, there's something we say that people being quoted out of context.
Yeah.
Have you looked at the background? Have you examined the question he was asked? Have you looked at the sequence of his response? You don't just go and take a text out of what he has said and say this is the meaning. I do not subscribe to it. I do not agree with it. I believe that the position of Atiku Abubakar as a unifier, and there's nobody who knows Atiku that will accuse him of sides in Nigeria. You cannot hold him to sides. You cannot say that, oh, he favors one side against the other. That's not Atiku Abubakar. But Atiku went to Kaduna and said, look, I am from the north, but I am a bridge builder. I have built bridges across this country. So, give me your support. So you don't need to go and be looking for somebody from this side or that side. Just give me your support because I am a northerner, just like you. And when a politician goes to campaign.
But then who crafted that statement that what Nigeria need is a president of northern extraction?
It's those who are tweeting now. It's those who are tweeting. Those who are twisting the comment.
Yeah, the tweets.
Yes. When the politician, for instance, if you are contesting Hamza, I don't know where you come.
You will not contest.
No, don't say so. I don't know your state. Maybe it's Kano or Kaduna.
Well, I'm from Katsina.
You are from Katsina. Maybe you are from Daura or you are from Katsina Emiri. If you are from Daura, you go and meet Katsina Emiri people and say, I'm a part of you. Vote for me.
But this is what people are saying is our undoing now.
Yes.
Most of the candidates are now provincial candidates.
No,
they appeal to regional sentiment.
Atiku is the only candidate that is not provincial.
How?
I like that question. How?
Yes.
I will give it back to you. Either in culture, either in attitude, either in relationships. Atiku is one Nigerian who has cross-married, who has built friendship in the north, in the south, in the east, and in the west. There is no zone, there's no geopolitical zone of Nigeria here that you go to, that you will not find a friend of Atiku who has been his friend for over 20 years. None, and I want to challenge anybody.
People are talking about having a credible person who will now fly his ticket devoid of
That's Atiku now.
Issues.
The only candidate that can achieve that is Atiku. Nigerians should allow all of us to be honest. Atiku, let's even leave out the issue of marriage. Where are his investments? They cut across every geopolitical zone in Nigeria. Unlike some people who are regimented in Lagos. You can't take that away from him. If God has given a man blessing, no matter how you feel about that blessing, you can't take it away from him. Atiku, by his creation, is somebody who assembled others within and outside his own tribe. I told you that I was a correspondent in the villa when Atiku was vice president. You know Emeka Ihedioha, the former deputy speaker, who later became governor in Imo State.
Yes.
Was it not Atiku's creation?
Okay, beyond creation.
You know Adeolu Akande, who was in communication.
You see, if you are talking about...
I can keep giving you people who are far younger than Atiku, who are not from his own zone, who are not from his region, whom he created. So we are talking about a pan-Nigerian, a unifier, a nationalist who has operated at the topmost level. People who are going around and say they want to be president, ask them, if they are not led, do they know their way in the villa?
But you see, even Tinubu, he said he has built bridges, he has met many people across Nigeria. And he said if Atiku is claiming to be a pan-Nigerian, in fairness, he should allow somebody from the south to become president. He made this appeal. Will he accept it?
That is not an appeal. It's part of talking down on people.
Talking down?
Yes. Does he know the sequence that brought Atiku up? Does he know how Atiku emerged as a candidate of his own political party?
Well, they say he circumvented the rules.
He did not circumvent any rule, and I can make it abundantly clear to you. I was involved. I was a member of the working committee.
Okay, what happened?
What happened was that in the first place, the working committee first set up a committee led by Bala Mohammed to go and look into how the PDP lost election in 2015. And Bala Mohammed committee brought a report and said that, look, we went beyond this assignment. We went further to go and find out how we can win election in 2023.
So it's beyond finding out how you lost, but how you
how we can win election and go back to power. And he said, look, the only way, there are two ways that we can win. We can zone the position of president. But if we are zoning, we must take into consideration the northeast and the southeast. But if we are not doing zoning, then we want to do merit, then we should leave it open for everybody to contest. That was the first report. The report was brought to the National Executive Committee meeting. It was brought to NEC, but it was not debated. It was set aside. The party now set up another committee under the leadership of Iyorchia Ayu. The chairman of that committee was Samuel Ortom, the governor of Benue State.
Okay.
And that committee brought back a report saying that, look, we can't do zoning any longer because people have already bought form. So let us go to convention, and whichever candidate that can win should go and win.
But will it not be convenient to just refund their money and say, let's go south?
No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way in the party at all. It cannot work again. You see, party are like human beings. They are like you. They have conventions. Party has customs. It has rules that guides its activities. It cannot.
But they are not cast in stone. They are not Bible or Quran that you cannot change.
You say they are not cast in stone.
Ground. No.
You say they are not cast in stone, and you suddenly change it. Then you will not have consistency.
But is this not what is haunting your party now? The weakest, the autumn?
It's not haunting.
Because they said you can't have the...
Look, there are disagreements, I accept. But disagreement is not predicated on who emerges as the candidate, because it's not supposed to. Because it was generally agreed in NEC meeting. NEC is the highest authority. We went to NEC and we took a decision that the contest should be left open. We went to the National Convention, in which every members or delegates from every state, every local government, every geopolitical zones participated. And Atiku won at the convention.
But why is it that some people are still agreed? Why can't they support him? Because we've been asking this question.
We are different in nature. The things that get you angry are different from the things that get me angry. The way I respond to anger is different from the way you respond to anger. So you can't say why.
But don't you think, assuming Ayu just leaves just the way Wale Jibrin, left, it will solve this problem, and then you go with your seamless campaign?
I don't know whether that will be the problem solver, because I also know that with the way the party is structured as we speak, and with what the rule provides in the constitution, even if Ayu left today, his successor, which the constitution says must be somebody from his own area, will be Damagum from the northeast. Does that solve the problem? And even if we say, okay, let Damagum also go. The national secretary is the south. Are you going to carry another chairman from the south and add it to the national secretary from the south?
A serious dilemma for your party. Do you think you will win with this?
We'll win election. You know why?
No.
Nigerians are concerned about who can help them out now. Nigerians are interested in Atiku Abubakar, who is talking to them, who is putting himself in their situation, who is addressing the issues that touch on the essence of our nationhood. And Nigerians, every rally that we have gone to, Nigerians massively come out to say in Atiku, we have found the solution.
But there is this insinuation that Peter Obi, for instance, has taken over Atiku's vote bank in Southeast.
Atiku Abubakar was in Enugu.
Okay.
Didn't you see the crowd are receiving?
It may be rented, Mr. Kola.
How can it be? In the PDP, we don't need to rent crowd.
I think you initiated that.
No, we don't need to rent crowd. You know why I say so?
No.
Even APC cannot fill their candidates across the federation in the number of seats that we can contested for. PDP did not only fill its candidates. There are cases in court about people still struggling to be the candidate. That shows you the acceptance. There's no polling unit you go to in Nigeria today that you will not find PDP. And Atiku, the candidate of the party, is a brand that needs no introduction anywhere in Nigeria.
But I want you to answer this, that Peter Obi has taken over the Southeast.
How can you say Peter Obi? Nobody can claim that anybody has taken over anywhere until I told you.
Okay.
I say election day scenario is different. If you sit down in the purview and the comfort of your own home and you are writing figures and say, oh, this one, we have won this one, like all those people who say they are polling, who sit down in the comfort of their offices or elsewhere and don't know what happens on the day of the election and they say they are pulling and say this person will win. Well, I was just laughing at them. The election day scenario is different. Until we go to election and come back and results declared, you cannot predict.
What about the Shetima factor in the Northeast, his home state? Because the vice presidential candidate of APC is from the same senatorial zone with him.
So what happened?
Maybe he will take the vote.
Have you not been seeing the rallies in Borno where he comes from? Have you not been following the rallies? We have candidates everywhere. It is these candidates that will mobilize votes for the bigger candidate. That's the way elections are run. If you go and sit down in one zone and say that, oh, because you think that, oh, I will be dominant in this zone, then I will win election. That's not the way it is done. You must have candidates for House of Assembly who will be campaigning. You must have candidates for House of Rep who will be campaigning. You must have a senatorial candidate who will be campaigning. Even if you don't have a governorship candidate, these three bodies will mobilize for you, particularly on the day of your election as the president. If you have a senatorial candidate, you have a House of Rep candidate, they have a duty, and they are duty bound to monitor the election and make sure that you are not rigged out.
Well, we have run out of time. What is your last message, maybe to INEC, to the electorate, just in 10 seconds?
Well, my last message to INEC is that they should remain a judge, an arbiter in this election. And as such, they must have no sides. The PDP will be watching. I can guarantee that. We'll watch this electoral process and make sure we are not rigged.
Thank you very much.
Nigerians, support Atiku Abubakar.
Thank you very much, Kola Ologbodian, spokesperson Atiku Okowa, Campaign Presidential Council. We thank you very much for coming and for answering most of our questions. Even though we have more, especially your crisis in states, we will bring you back to come and discuss some.
Anytime you want it.
Well, viewers, this is where we wrap on today's program. We thank you for watching and we hope you remain with us for another interesting edition tomorrow. For now, bye-bye. I am Hamza Idris.